Every black life matters too. That means that we should not be targeted for small crimes and put in jail or in prison for decades. That means that when the 1994 crime bill was authored and passed and signed into law by Bill Clinton, that every black life should have been standing up against those that horrible, that abhorrent law. What it did is it criminalized for even and specifically for the black community, because the black community was going through a lot of changes at the time because of crack cocaine. And so we had a senator who stood up in the chamber and said, even if you have like $5 or $10 amount of crack, we can put you in prison for 15 to 25 years to life. And he beat his chest about it. That person just happens to be the person who's currently occupying the White House. Yeah, Joe Robinette Biden Jr. So because we had such an incredibly targeted legislation targeted against what Biden and Hillary would call urban predators, um, to put them behind bars for an extended amount of time, we need criminal justice reform. So every Black Life Matters as an organization stands behind criminal justice reform. Because believe it or not, today, that amount of crack or a dime bag of weed, marijuana, you won't have any charges. But yet we have people that are literally rotting in prison, completely disconnected from their family for decades now because of a small amount of drugs, cocaine or, I mean, crack cocaine or marijuana. So this was a disproportional injustice that was specifically targeted toward the black community. It was specifically targeted towards the black community for mass incarceration to get a lot of black men out of the streets and away from their homes and family. And now we see the outcome of that. So every Black Life Matters says, look, we as an organization will believe that every black life matters too. So we should have every opportunity to be reunited with our families. Yeah, if we do some crimes, we should do whatever is acceptable. But based on the times, for these crimes that people are doing decades in prison for, today they would have no time. So when President Trump came around and started to criminal justice reforms, we applauded because we're a principled organization. It's not right or left for us. This is what's right. This is what's fundamentally what's right. He was basically trying to correct the Joe Biden 1994 crime bill that targeted the black community, that ensured mass incarceration of blacks. And so we stand for criminal justice reforms. We stand for criminal justice reform because people like Joe Robinette Biden Jr. and a lot of his ilk, his rest of the people in his in his party and social circles, they still applaud blacks being disproportionately put away for minor crimes. And we believe that that's wrong. We believe it's racist, bigoted, and unjust. So, every Black Life Matters, one of our main pillars, is criminal justice reforms because we believe we need to correct Joe Biden's record. Joe Biden was is obviously a racist, bigoted man and a confused man these days. But when he did this, it was horrible and disproportional because it targeted a specific community. That is the definition of racism. So stand with us as we stand on criminal justice reforms. It is the only thing that's right and just that we can stand and try to produce together. Let's try to reunite black families because every black life matters too. Let's reunite the folks that have been in prison and rotting in prison for small offenses that today would get no time. Let's try to reunite them with their families. Stand with us. Every black life matters. You have to believe that every black life matters too. God bless you.